Hey guys, my channel recently reached 10 subscribers. Thank you all so much for your support. And this is just the first milestone I'm going through, and I'm doing a Q&A video. So these questions came from the people from my cubing club that I started in my school, and they are at various different levels asking me different questions, as some questions are about improvement. So I'm the fastest in the club, so today I'll answer the questions, and hopefully they can answer some of yours too. So the first question is, what is the right way to learn cblol? So these are actually explained in my videos. I have posted a video about how to learn cblol and also some tricks that you can do around EO into cblol. I'll release a part 2 of how to learn cblol. I'm still working on that, a lot of script writing required. So subscribe to find out. And also a very curious thing is that the person who actually asked this question averages around 17. So if you're averaging around 17, just you should not be concerning about this. You should more be concerning about F2L and OLL algorithms, and also improving your efficiency and maybe some look ahead. And cblol isn't for your level until you're like sub 10 or sub 9 or something. So the second question is, how long should I use a cube before switching? This is a very interesting question, and I've never thought of this before. So for me, actually, hardware is very important for my turning style and how I can do solves. I think like using my main is like half a second faster than my other cubes. So the reason I think is that I don't like to set up cubes. I don't like to loop them or tension them because I always cannot get them right, and I'm just like not an expert at these things. So I just get premium ones from the cubicle. They are really good. They can just basically turn any magnetic cube into a really good one. So I really recommend you to check them out. And also I just recommend that stick to your main cube for a very long time. Take good care of it, clean and re-lube it once in a while. And you can just basically not switch. And I think during the meantime, while you're using your main, you should buy other like premium cubes just to check them out and see if you prefer them more than your original main cube. If you find another one that is better, you should go switch to that one because it makes you better. And I also feel like turning a good cube makes it feel more enjoyable, which makes me more enjoy practicing. So I think that is also a good factor about switching to good cubes to better mains. And for example, before my main was the Pro Shop Worm, and I think that was like really good for me until I got the Mystic R3M, and I thought that was like way better than the Worm. So I just used that in my main, and I really enjoy the turning style. Turning the cubes. So yeah. Another question is, what is your favorite OLL alg? I think that's pretty easy to assume. The reasons are because I don't use CLL or cblol for it, because I think the alg is just like extremely fast. I can time them around like 0.5 rate easily during solves. And actually a cool fact is that I do anti-soon as lefty soon as well, just like Tmod, because I think the finger tricks are really nice and you can execute them really fast. And for anti-soon, I do learn CLL, so I do CLL for anti-soon, which shows that I just like soon more because the OLL algorithm is so much faster. Anti-soon, I feel like CLL might be worth it. I'm not really sure. The algorithm is really just like really fast, but I don't think it's as fast as soon. So I just like that the most. So the fourth question is coming from a guy who averages around 13 or so. He says, now I'm trying to improve my TPS, but my TPS is just around 5 to 6, which is not enough to help me to be sub 11, which is his goal. So how can I make my TPS faster than before? So I have 2 tips for this. So number 1, TPS is not just about how fast you're turning, it's also about fluidity. So if you pause less during your solves, your TPS actually goes higher. So I think look ahead, you need to get to like a pretty decent level to get to sub 11, and once you're like sub 10, you should really focus on look ahead as one big thing. Like I am now, I basically just practice look ahead a lot doing slow solves to get me achieve to sub 9. But like when you're averaging around 13, don't worry about look ahead too much. Just get them around like decent level. And For how fast you're turning, I recommend to drill your algorithms a lot, like your OLL and your PLL algorithms. Drill them a lot, not necessarily FTL algorithms. I don't feel like FTL being algorithmic is worth it, but just drill your algs a lot, and then slowly your turning will improve because of how fast you're like doing the algorithms. And also, one thing when you're drilling them is to don't go to safety. Just like drill them as fast as you can, turn as fast as you can. Don't hesitate. And another tip is to learn more advanced finger tricks. They may seem very hard and awkward at first. For example, the pinch U-turn with the push U-turn. Those might seem really hard, but after you get used to it, it's actually really fast and way faster than what you previously did doing solves. So those are the 2 tips for look ahead. And the 5th question is also coming from another guy who averaged around 13. His question is how to avoid double recognition. This is a really interesting question, and I used to struggle with it a lot. So double recognition usually happens during F2L or OLL. For OLL, I recommend just using an ALG trainer because this guy I'm referring to is just I think finished learning OLL or finished learning most of it. So I recommend just to use an ALG trainer and drill them a lot, but also time your recognition and make sure to get those recognition times lower and lower. One thing I found with learning cblol is that I also used to take a lot of time to recognize things, and I also double recognize now. Obviously, it's a lot harder for cblol, but I noticed that when I just drill these out a lot and also time recognition, my recognition times are just getting lower and lower. And once you see the case from whatever angle, you can just straight know, like not really recognizing it, just half recognizing it. You just know from intuition what case it is. I think that is the level you want to get to avoid double recognition, and I think the best way to achieve this is to use an ALG trainer. So another for F2L, I think you just need to look ahead, and I mentioned this before in the video, but just do slow solves. For me, it really worked well when I was trying to get sub 9. Do turn slowly and like focus on the moving pieces more. Focus on other pieces rather than the ones you're currently solving. I think gradually your look ahead will improve. So I think double recognition for F2L is just meaning look ahead. And don't worry to get your look ahead that much polished at a 13 level. I think you can get to sub 10 without that much good look ahead. Just like. So the 6th question is how can I get sub 30? So this is a really interesting question, and I don't think you need all the fancy techniques that I mentioned above. Just learn fundamental CFOP. If you are still using the beginner's method, definitely learn CFOP. And also learn PLL. PLL is, I think, the most basic algorithm set you should learn as a start to get you to sub 30. I'll link my favorite ALGs and also an ALG trainer in the description because ALG trainers are really important and you should implement them from the start of your CFOP journey. Unlike me, who did not discover this when I'm like around sub 20 level, so that was like really not very efficient. So you should definitely start using an ALG trainer once you're starting your CFOP journey. And also after that, learn basic F2L. You know, like just learn some F2L tricks, like not too much, like not too algorithmic, but just try to get your F2L to a basic level, and that should get you about sub 30. So the final question is, why did I start this channel? So what I wanted to do, as you guys probably know, this is a channel about reconstructing fast solves by top level speed cubers. I started this channel because I think those solves are very fascinating, and I want to break them down so that people can learn from their solutions to how to improve theirs. And I think I also benefited from this. I think I learned a lot of new tricks, especially cblol algorithms to get me to sub 9. So I think reconstructing these solves are actually really beneficial. to improvement. Also, I make some cblol videos about cblol, and I think the reason of that is I don't think a lot of this is discussed on YouTube. So basically, a lot of people don't know about this yet, and just like me, they were struggling with learning cblol as it was in the start. So I just want to share my experience to others so that they can learn how to efficiently learn cblol as well, so they do not have to struggle as much. So basically, that's why I post those videos, and I'll make them into a series, I promise.